Greetings to the grade 12 learners who are taking agricultural management practices, who will be writing the NSC come end of 2024. My name is Solomon Mdaka, the subject planner for the agricultural management practices. I'm going to take you through two subtopics that are very important with easy marks to score. So the subtopics that I'm going to take you through are the entrepreneur and the entrepreneurship. And now the lesson objectives are very important in this lesson. You should be able to define concepts, entrepreneurship, as well as agritourism. That's the first objective. The second lesson objective is you should be able to list the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur, as well as the benefits of agritourism. So those are the two lesson objectives that you need to concentrate and focus on so that you'll be able to understand what these key concepts are all about. Let's examine this picture that we see here. You see, when you examine this picture, you will see the agricultural produce. And these agricultural produce, they indicate to us that there were certain farming activities that took place. For example, there was soil preparation, there was planting, there was irrigation, there was fertilization, there was crop care, there was harvesting, there was processing, there was packaging. Hence you see these agricultural produce. Now, very, very importantly, it means therefore there was someone who was responsible for the production and the management of this agricultural produce. And that person is the one that we call in the agricultural context an entrepreneur, which is the focus of this lesson. Now, let's move to the definition. Remember, I said it's very important to define what is an entrepreneur. For these purposes, an entrepreneur is a person who can set up a business with a view of making a profit. And this profit will add value in the community. This profit will create opportunities in the community. So such persons are what we call entrepreneurs. And therefore, it means these persons who are called entrepreneurs, they have certain characteristics. Now, let me see if I'll be able to write here. You see, we're saying this person can set up a business with a view of making a profit. And this person is an entrepreneur, which means this person should be able to demonstrate a list of characteristics. And these characteristics, dear learners, is very important to know them because you are likely to be asked these characteristics. There are about 12, but for exam readiness, you will be asked about 5 or 6 of those characteristics, and you must know those characteristics. Now, This entrepreneur has the ability and the readiness to turn an idea into action, creating the value for others, financial value, social value, cultural value, depending on the kind of agricultural business that you have decided to focus on. Moving on to the actual characteristics. The actual characteristics of the successfulness of the entrepreneur. What is key here is the successfulness, because you can be an entrepreneur but only to find that this entrepreneur is not successful. So what are some of the characteristics that can help an entrepreneur to be successful? One is very important, that you need to be self-confident. Self-confident because you are to take risks. You are to take risk in your undertaking. You are to manage your laborers. You are to manage your employees. You are to take decisions, initiate programs, because you are an entrepreneur. You need to manage your production enterprise, which is very, very important. And you must also be a hard worker. It's not a 9 to 5 task, this one. It's a 24/7 task. You should be there always. You need to observe. You need to know what is taking place on your farm, because you are focusing on the produce that you want to take to the market. So that is very, very important. Now, let's look at the other characteristics that are very critical. As the entrepreneur, it's very important that you are reliable to the vision of your production enterprise. You are reliable. Your laborers need to rely on you, because you are expected to take decisions. You are expected to provide a leadership and management. You are to be energetic. You are expected to make some decisions. You need to know where you want to take your production enterprise to. That's why you need to be a dreamer. You need to be a visionary, and you must handle your responsibilities, making sure that you want to proceed with the produce that you are focusing on. It's very, very important. Characteristics as well as the definition of an entrepreneur. Now, moving forward, let's look at this picture here. If you examine this picture critically, you will see that here you have your birds just flying above here, and you also have your horses with the saddles, and it's an open environment, which means that this is a picture that is showing that it's an environment in a rural setting. It's an open environment in a rural setting. And if you look at this picture, some of the people from the urban settings, from settings, would like to come and experience the settings in these rural areas. So as part of diversification and as part of making sure that you have other income streams into your farm, you can also introduce what we call agritourism. Now, it's important that you know what is agritourism. Simple put, agritourism, it involves visit to the farms to experience the rural life. And who are the people who can do that? People who are from the urban areas, people who are from the cities. So in as much as you are a farmer, you are an entrepreneur in a rural setting, as part of having the alternative income stream, you can promote agritourism in your farm. So learners, you need to define what is an agritourism and what are the benefits of this agritourism. It is known that agritourism is the largest is the largest earner of foreign exchange. And also it creates job opportunities. So if it has been noted and it has been absorbed, surely as farmers, as people who are in the agricultural education, we can also tap into that and make sure that we venture into the agritourism part of farming, because there are opportunities that are there. And this agritourism, it's divided into two. You have the the domestic tourist, and then you also have your foreign tourist. What is the difference now between your domestic tourist as well as your foreign tourist? The domestic tourist here, we are talking about the people from within the country who are also visiting the farms with a view of enjoying and experiencing the farm lifestyle, the rural lifestyle. And whilst they are there, they can enjoy even bird watching, horse riding, or observe the milking, your sheep shearing, a lot of farming activities that are done on the farms. So there is that experience that as you visit these farms, as you create that opportunity that your local people can visit, they also experience that, and you also generate income for your farm. And you can also even encourage them to have these regular visits. It's very important that you encourage them to have these regular visits. And then you can also have your foreign tourists. They come to know your country. In this case, they come to know South Africa, to experience the South African cultural way of life, our customs, and the rural settings, the open environments that we have in those farms. We can encourage and in the process, you earn the foreign dollars into your farming enterprise. So these are some of the opportunities that are there. The foreign tourist as well as the domestic tourist. Those are the areas that you can advertise and promote that. In as much as you are in the farming environment, you can also promote agri-tourist. Now, what are the benefits? Why should they come to your farm? What are the benefits of agritourism? Why should they come to your farm? Number one, you provide accommodation in the farm settings. Most of the time, the experience, the urban settings, so you provide accommodation in the farm settings. They come there, and then you get your income streams as well, because you would have provided accommodation, because they come and stay there for 3 weeks, or 3 days or 2 weeks, depending on what is it that you have to offer to your agri-tourist. And then whilst they are there are a lot of farming activities, your milking, the demonstrations of artificial insemination, your sheep shearing, and a lot of farming activities, your deworming, your castration, your tail docking. It depends on what is it exactly that is being done in your farm in a particular time. And some of these tourists, they come there to experience the farm adventures, as I said, and it's also captured in the picture that we started with. Your horse riding, your bird watching, your open environment there. These are some of the activities that the agri-tourists can benefit as they come to your farm. And then they can also experience the different cultural customs of the area. Look, the farms are within certain agroecological regions, and the agroecological regions are within a certain context. And around those farms, you have your cultural customs, you have experiences that can be imported into the farms, so that the agri-tourist can observe and enjoy those cultural activities. So these are some of the benefits that are there in your farm. And they can also, your natural environment, including your bird watching, as I've already alluded to that one. So these are some of the benefits that one can focus on. As a way of concluding this revision program, I want you learners to be able to define the concept entrepreneur as well as the agritourism. I'm sure now you are in a position to define in written form what is an entrepreneur and what is an agri-tourism. And you should also be able to list the characteristics of a successful, because we want you to be successful entrepreneurs. Create jobs for yourselves, create jobs for others as well, and create value in that community where you belong. And you must also name the experiences that farm stakeholders can enjoy. You should be able to name that. And once you are able to do that, one, as I said, the definition of the entrepreneur, two, listing of the characteristics, two, three, the definition of an agritourism, and four, the benefits derived from agritourism. Then you are sure of 12 marks. And that 12 marks, given this presentation, you should definitely get those 12 marks. Thank you very much. Till next time.